It's Kathy Kress again, and I am back with my GCM channel. That's GCM1, and you can find that on YouTube. And we have been doing tools of the Geriatric Care Manager, and we've been dealing with a Sterling family, and Gertrude Sterling and her daughter Jane. And she has 2 sons. And in the last episode, I got you Miss Full Charge, which you always have to remember, haha, my dad named me, so if I look like a bossy person, I am. So you are, and you gotta be bossy to be a geriatric care manager. You also have to be conciliatory, and we're going to talk about that right now. So the last episode I got you to where Miss Full Charge had become a coach for Jane, the daughter, the dutiful daughter, and also a coach for Gertrude. And so what she had gotten Jane to do, and you can look at the last episode, I can't go over everything for you, is that Jane really was able to explain to her mother without guilt-tripping her mother, without blaming her mother, you know, what Jane's needs were, which was that Jane wanted to be her daughter and really needed that. And she said, on the other hand, I will still be here. I'll come. And Gertrude's worst fear was, you should be answering me here in YouTube land, her fear was that if she hired somebody, Jane wouldn't be there. And aha, the coaching really got to that rapprochement, because Jane was still going to be there, but finally Gertrude was going to accept care. And so this is the second part as a coach, that you need to really identify what were the common values in the family. And the common values among Jane and her mother Gertrude and the 2 sons were they wanted Gertrude to stay at home. That was a common value. It had been true all along. Gertrude didn't want to leave. Jane didn't want her to leave. She wanted to get home care. The 2 sons didn't want her to leave. So all that was out in the open, because what you have to get people to say is their feelings. And that's why you're a coach. And so Miss GCM got them to that point. And being a coach as a geriatric care manager is really offering containment. And what do I mean by containment? This is why you have to beware of burnout. You have to let the families deposit all of their fears, all of their anger, all of their frustration into you. You are a vessel of containment. And that's your job, to contain all of everyone's upset fears. And so Miss Full Charge, you know, is the container for Gertrude. My daughter is leaving me, and this is what everyone in Denmark did, and I did it for my mother, so had to hear that. And Jane, I have these teenage daughters with hormones that are driving me crazy, and I have a husband, we haven't gotten into him yet, and now I have my mother, oh my God. So she had to listen to that. And I don't mean listen, that's your job, that's what you're getting paid for. And so Jane was stuck, and Jane really had to come to the point where she had to tell Miss Full Charge that, you know, she didn't really want to care directly for her mother, and she had good reason. And on the other hand, Gertrude was saying, I don't want to be a burden to my daughter, which most mothers really feel. But I have this cultural heritage. So what are you able to bring, Miss Full Charge, Miss Geriatric Care Manager, to the situation? You're able to bring objectivity. And by objectivity, meaning that you don't have any investment in this. You know, because families have all these buttons all over them. I took care of my dad for 20 years. He would go, Kath, you think you're an expert. Well, you're not. And I would be devastated, even though here I am teaching you and a lot of people about geriatric care management. And I wrote books. I thought, oh, I am an expert. My father didn't think I was. I was not objective. I needed outside resources, and I actually had them in the VA, in geriatric social workers and nurses. And so you bring objectivity in all those buttons you don't have. And so you can see the family as a third party and really help them by containing all of their upset feelings and anger. Kathy, you're not an expert. You're going to make me go to church? Are you kidding me? The Episcopal Church. I don't belong to the Episcopal Church. I belong to the Catholic Church. You didn't know that? No. You are also going to bring something that I call core skills. The first is containment, C, and we just talked about that. The second, we just talked about objectivity. The third is resources, and we're going to talk about that in the next episode. And the fourth is expertise. That's core. So that is how you're going to help the Sterling family and all the families that you're going to deal with in the future. So I will see you in the next episode. You can always, sorry, I keep going over like Julia Child. You can find out more about my geriatric care management manual out now. You can find out about me personally, all the things that I've written that my father said I wasn't an expert about. You can even find out about my father. He was a great guy. So see you next time.